All right, so today we are going to do what's called a blue tape walkthrough. That's when the homeowner that's buying a new construction home and the home builder walk through the home and look for any defects, any errors that were made or omissions that were made as far as the building process goes. Maybe the contractor missed something, or they paid for something to be there and it was never installed, or installed incorrectly, or the wrong brand, things like that. So it's just an overall kind of a final step, hold accountable the builder to what the home should look like before you move in. And as always, this information is on the house. You're gonna see tape all over the place. Some builders do different colors for different trades. So like blue tape might be drywall, green tape might be paint, red tape might be flooring contractors. So when they call those contractors back after this walkthrough, those contractors come back in and look for red tape. Anything red tape, they know they gotta make the necessary corrections, right? So, but I'll give you a general idea of what this looks like. Usually takes a couple hours depending on how thorough the home builder's representative is. There's always gonna be a warranty department there to help you with those things. But today is your big chance to get all that done before you move in. So you wanna be thorough, you wanna take your time, you wanna make sure you understand your house. So let's go inside and check it out. So the builder has preemptively walked this house already, and they've put the tape on the walls, and that's so that when the buyer gets here for their final walkthrough, this is probably scheduled later this week, these things have already been taken care of. So to the buyer, they're not going to see all of what we see today. All this will be repaired and the tape removed. So when the buyer does their walkthrough, now they're starting all over with things that they might see and the builder might have missed on this walkthrough. So again, we're looking at things like sometimes an X means that you need to look up. There might be something up. Sometimes they'll draw an arrow. And again, we're seeing red tape and blue tape. So red tape might be flooring contractors. Blue tape is usually paint or drywall people. And as you look around, you're seeing blue tape everywhere, right? And and it looks kind of scary, like, oh my gosh, there's all this stuff that's wrong. But these are mostly little imperfections. But they're definitely necessary because the home builder, it's their reputation. They want to deliver a home that's complete, that's safe, and that is going to avoid them having to come back and spend more money coming back later on to make these repairs, because every time they have to send a repair person here or a contractor here, it costs them a lot more money. So they want to certainly get it right the first time and make sure that your home is in fantastic shape and they get a good review, things like that. And then you go tell your friends, oh, I own so-and-so home, and that was a fantastic experience. So let's take a little bit of work around and kind of see what we can see. Now red could be, I thought it was maybe flooring, but we left a little red residue behind, but it could be just a little bit like extra caulk in there to fill up that gap. And then we've got some issues over here. See, this is kind of a, that should have been caught by the painters. It shouldn't have been left there. And this one you can see the trim, and I can feel this. Someone's already tried to fill that in with some caulk and make it look like it's in good shape, but it's not. When they installed that piece of wood, it wasn't done correctly. And then here's an issue over here. We've got some paint issue and some drywall on the corner. Bathrooms, again, they're looking for everything. This is backsplash is missing. So that's already been corrected, it looks like. So again, these trades are gonna come in here and try and figure out, hey, let's get ahead of this and let's finish these things so that we can get on with our day and go work on the next house. So whatever their issues are, they're gonna wanna get it out of the way and get those things signed off on, because again, every time they have to come back here, it costs somebody money, whether it's the trades or the builder or whatever. They're gonna do everything from making sure the windows open and close correctly, the blinds work up and down, make sure all the cabinet hardware is present, the doors, that they're supposed to be soft closed, that they're actually soft closed, those are not. The crown molding, again, if this buyer wanted crown molding and it wasn't there, that would be an issue. It looks like the kitchen, they did a pretty good job because I don't see much tape anywhere on the cabinets. There's a couple on the cabinets, but not very much considering how many moving parts and how much there is to a kitchen. To have really no issues here is kind of surprising actually, but that's a good thing. That means the builder was doing their job and the tradespeople did their job. These are called boogers usually. It's just like a little, imperfection in the spray when they put the texture on the walls. And then here's a bedroom. Again, just a few blue tape spots. Nothing concerning here at all. This is totally normal because the paint was done weeks and weeks ago, before the carpet was in, before a lot of the hardware was put on the doors, probably before the cabinets were put in. So a lot of banging up and tradespeople in here with their ladders and their equipment, and they just bump up against the wall and it's bruised, and so now that those things are going to be corrected. So it's not scary. Doesn't mean the painter didn't do their job. It's the fact that a lot of other people were in this house afterwards. The house will go through a final clean also. Once all these trades are done and all of this blue tape is gone, they'll hire a cleaner to come in here and clean the place up spotlessly. So again, when the buyer comes in and does their final walkthrough with the builder, all this will be corrected and the house will be clean. There'll be lines in the carpet. It'll smell fresh. So that again, there's very, very few things that are going to go wrong at that point, or that the buyer will see that needs correcting. The object during that walkthrough with the builder and the buyer is to do it quickly, efficiently, and have very few problems, right? But it isn't about just the exterior pretty stuff. Sometimes it's what's inside. I'm not sure, I haven't come across the AC closet yet. It might be in the garage, but we want to make sure that the mechanicals are working properly and they are, again, I mentioned this in a couple of my other videos. Sometimes the drywallers there's just a hole there when they put in the ceiling, and sometimes they'll forget to cut the hole out and drywall right over it. So all those things you want to, this is your final walkthrough to make sure that all those things are done correctly. And this is your time with the builder to get those things done. Let's see out in the garage. And again, we've got tape out here. We've got blue tape, green tape. There's some red tape over here. So again, these trays are just going to walk through the entire house and look for things that are wrong, imperfections. That's on the electrical panel. It looks like it's just cosmetic on the exterior. If there was something on the inside, they would have this open and taped with arrows pointing into it and telling them what's wrong. And these are kind of things that you might miss. So there's blue tape here, but we look down and this is not in good shape. This is not going to be a good seal on that door. So you may request that, hey, I want that replaced before we move in. And the builder is going to do the best to, they might fight you on some things, but fight back because this is your house. These are very expensive, and they're going to fight you sometimes, especially coming back. So once we do this final walkthrough and everything's been fixed, and then you call for some sort of repair or a trades to come out here, they're going to give you a little pushback sometimes. They do have a warranty department specifically for that. So make sure you preemptively are in good contact with your warranty department. The person that comes and does this warranty is going to sit right here at the kitchen counter and draw up a list live with you here. And then the next day, when all this tape, when you do your walkthrough, all that blue tape, there's going to be lists right here. The flooring guy, the painting guy, the drywall guy, the roofer, whatever, and they're going to have their list. And when they're done with their list, they're going to probably cross it out and sign off on it that it's complete. And that home warranty person will, again, do one more final walk with you the day of closing or the day before closing to make sure all the things that you saw were corrected and that those lists were taken care of. And so you usually get 2 walkthroughs, one to do the blue tape and then one after all those repairs have been made. So let's go see the mechanical room for the AC. This one happens to be tucked inside the house. It's not in the garage, so it's inside this room. And again, there's some green tape on the door, and the reason that's there is if this door was closed and the tradespeople came in here looking for green tape and it wasn't on the door, they're not going to open the door to look for it. So that green tape tells them, hey, you need to open up this door and come on in and let's take a look. So we've got green tape there, green tape here, and green tape there. Hopefully they'll see that one and here's one thing that you should be aware of. Most new construction homes are going to come with this main box here where all your Wi-Fi and routers and security cameras and all that come into play. So it's all tucked in one nice, neat place. I don't see any tape in here. I just wanted to show you what that was like. Sometimes this is in like the laundry room. Sometimes it's in the primary bedroom inside the closet. Sometimes if there's an office space, a dedicated office, not a bedroom, they might have it in there as well. So this laundry room, serves triple purpose. It's got your box there, your AC, and your laundry all in this one room. And you still got room if you wanted to add a slop sink or something, and you've got room to work around there. So that's a pretty good space. And you've got a little space here, that's your garage door, so you come in. Some people put a little tabletop there. They call it a drop zone, to drop your keys and your groceries or your wallet, whatever you want to do there. There's no neighbors here, so this kind of drops off here. As soon as the grass right here, it drops off. So they don't have any rear neighbors here. There's going to be, all this area is just a retention pond. I don't know if it's going to have water or not, but this is super exciting because there's going to be no homes until you get way over here. So all this is going to be nice and quiet. There's a little pond over here. That's not man-made, that's a natural pond. So this is a really neat home site. I'd be excited to live here. And you've got tons and tons and tons of room for a pool. Pools are usually only like 15 by 30, so you've got about 40 feet here of space. So you got tons of room to build a pool if you want. This is a good site. So again, as I mentioned, on the exterior, there's going to be a few issues, mostly to do with paint and caulking. Sometimes there'll be a little stucco issues, but not too many. Thanks so much for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe to stay in the loop. I'm Sean McCormick.
And as always, this information is on the house.